he has parted ways with Team Unity, resigned his post as the St. Kitts Nevis ambassador to the United Nations, and has returned to the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. Sam Condor declared his support for the Labour Party in a press conference in Camps on Thursday, saying Prime Minister Timothy Harris has not fulfilled his promise of good governance to the people.
I have had much time to reflect on my affiliations, past and present, and I have concluded that it is more prudent to be part of a movement, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, that has shown contrition for its missteps and is prepared to censure itself. Honesty, humility, and selfless service have always been my watchwords, and I will never compromise them for anything or anyone. That is why I'm at peace with all my decisions, past and present. And more importantly, I'm at peace with my God.
Mr. Condor was asked why he's returning to the Labour Party after he previously berated the leadership of Dr. Douglas.
I believe that the honest Labour Party supporters will be aware of what was happening in the Labour Party before I left. It was no secret. I was trying to make sure that we operated in the principles that our founding fathers laid down for us. That was not happening. We went through a number of series of discussions for over an extended period, a number of years. This didn't just happen overnight. They knew how I was feeling, they know what I was involved in. They were aware of the discussions. And so when I left, it was, like I said, it was not a decision that was taken lightly.
Mr. Condor said he believes the Labour Party has returned to its original philosophy and will win the next election. He also said he did not want to announce his displeasure with Team Unity prior to his resignation as ambassador.
I am serving my country. I mean, up at the United Nations, we are talking about the geopolitics, looking at how my country could be advanced, could be developed, could be supported. That has nothing at all to do with how the government, unless, and if somebody asks about something that is happening in the country, as a good diplomat, you have to recuse yourself from any kind of discussion and conversation about that. You cannot speak ill about the government that you are serving. So that was easy. That was not a difficulty. Serving my people, serving my government, serving my country.
Mr. Condor said he is not seeking any position in a Labour government, but decided to do what he felt was right for St. Kitts and Nevis. He said he intends to do the rounds on several media outlets to speak about his decision. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. A citizen from St. Kitts and Nevis who was working on board a cruise ship disembarked at the cruise port on Thursday. Head of the National COVID-19 Task Force, Abdia Samuel, addressed this at Thursday's NEOC Daily Briefing.
We would have seen the arrival of a cruise ship from the Caribbean Cruise Line business, and it was the Vision of the Seas. We were expecting 3 citizens, however, there was only one citizen disembarked here on St. Kitts. And let me tell you how this process went. The cruise lines would have made a request to the different countries within the Caribbean who had nationals working within these ships. The request came to the Ministry of Transport. It also came to via the local agent, came to the office of the Chief Medical Officer. The Chief Medical Officer, along with the ministry, brought it to the attention of the task force. The task force would have met, and we would have given the recommendation to the cabinet as per the operational means in which we wanted the disembarkation of the national. The national was the cruise ship would have used a tender to bring the national to the pier, and then from there, the environmental health officers would have done their work to ensure that all protocols within the COVID-19 regulations were followed. The citizens were then taken to the government quarantine facility where they are currently located. I was also informed that the citizens was repatriated from the port of Nassau in the Bahamas, and they would have left the Bahamas on the 17th and arrived this morning at approximately 8:30 a.m. In the waters of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Meanwhile, Mr. Samuel gave information on the repatriation flights that have left the RLB International Airport recently.
Flights that were approved by the port authorities and by extension the task force and cabinet ultimately to have repatriation of US and Canadian citizens. The first flight we would have seen, which was managed by Cayenne Jet, and I want to thank Mr. Lewis for the excellent job that he does in ensuring that all the regulations are followed. We had this morning 2 US citizens and 2 Canadian citizens that would have departed at about 11:52 a.m. to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Then secondly, we would have had Seaborn, very pretty plane. I don't know, I saw a lot of videos and Facebook and social media where persons were sending me of this pretty pink and white and black plane that would have arrived to repatriate a total of 27 US citizens from the RLB International Airport. These citizens were repatriated via San Juan. This flight was a request as a result of a request made by the U.S. Embassy to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Concerned Citizens Movement candidate for Nevis 10, Eric Evelyn, is defending the double payment for members of both the Nevis Island administration and the federal government. Speaking in a CCM virtual meeting this week, Mr. Evelyn suggested that a member serving in both governments should receive both salaries.
We are living in a society now in Nevis, and it's not a lot of the islands you have this kind of society where so many persons in Nevis have 2 jobs. Have we really sat and analyzed this and realized that numerous persons in Nevis actually have 2 jobs and are getting 2 pay? And I want to ask the persons out there, the Nevisians, who have been latching on to this nonsense about the 2 pay. Those of you who are working for government and then you get a second job at Four Seasons, do you work for free? Do you tell Four Seasons, don't bother to pay me, I'm already getting a salary? Those of you who are working for government and you have an additional job at a restaurant, any hotel, at a security firm, do you tell that person, that employer at your second job, that I do not deserve 2 salaries, I don't deserve 2 pay?
Mr. Evelyn is a first-time candidate in the parliamentary elections, but currently serves in the Nevis Island administration. The opposition Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, has repeatedly criticized Premier Mark Brantley and former Premier Vance Amory for receiving salaries for both positions. The NRP claimed that while this was not illegal, as it was provided for by the Constitution, it was immoral, and instead they should accept just the higher of the 2 salaries. Mr. Amory has since retired from Nevis politics, but still serves in the federal cabinet. Mr. Brantley serves as Premier in the Nevis Island administration and Minister of Aviation and Foreign Affairs in the federal cabinet. He recently announced he was donating one of his salaries to a relief fund on Nevis to assist Nevisians impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. In his defense, Mr. Brantley has repeatedly said that he is performing 2 roles and as such should be paid for both positions. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. June 5th is Election Day in St. Kitts and Nevis. SKN Newsline is your source for all things elections. Starting Monday, May 25th, SKN Newsline presents St. Kitts and Nevis Votes 2020, a program providing updates, features, profiles, and analysis on candidates, constituencies, and issues as the country headed to the polls. Weekdays at 12 noon live on sknnewsline.com and the SKN Newsline Facebook page. St. Kitts and Nevis Votes 2020 on SKN Newsline, your source for election news and analysis.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899. Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa St. Kitts, or email us at serenitymobile-spa869@gmail.com.
Serenity Mobile Spa.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
Get the finest in Pandora jewelry at Noble Jewelers.
Fort Zante.
Like our Facebook page and get special offers.
Noble Jewelers, your Pandora store, Fort Zante.
Leader of the Next Gen SKN Labour, Dr. Denzel Douglas, is reminding the electorate that the upcoming general elections is about furthering the interests of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. According to Dr. Douglas, who is a Labour candidate for constituency number 6, the current Team Unity government has wasted 5 years and does not deserve a second term. Douglas, speaking during a virtual meeting on the 21st of May, is urging the electorate to vote out the Team Unity government on polling day.
The Next Gen SKN Labour team is to serve you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and your interest. And so here we are on the 4th day of this very serious political election campaign. It is the general election that will signal a one-term government for Harris and his team. While you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, take back your government from them because they have wasted 5 years of serving you by looking after themselves. That is why tonight I say, I am so pleased that we already are down to day 4 of this campaign. 14 more days to go before emancipation, before liberation, before we kick this government out and bring in the Next Gen SKN team to look after your interests.
Dr. Douglas described the upcoming 5th June general elections as one which will be, quote, the most significant general elections ever in our history, end quote. Glenn Barrett, SKN Newsline. The launch of Donald Powell as the People's Action Movement's candidate in the June 2020 general elections came with the disclosure of several initiatives he intends to implement should he be elected to serve. Powell is hoping to achieve a victory in Central Bastille constituency number 2, as he anticipates a victory also for the three-party political coalition called Team Unity. Serving currently as the chairman of the People's Action Movement Party, Powell believes that his second time around, after a failed attempt in 2015, will allow him the opportunity to have an active role in government as he pursues his development agenda for Central Bastille, including more housing opportunities. Speaking at a virtual political meeting forced by the threat of COVID-19, Powell presented some of his priorities for the people of constituency number 2.
The spirit of the school motto is what is also driving my vision to construct a boardwalk across the Irish Town Bay Road. Not just to protect the Bay Road and the houses on the Bay Road. If you live down there, you know when we get a hurricane, we get storm weather, it's seawater and sand in your front room. But a boardwalk that will beautify and uplift the people of Central Bastille and Irish Town in particular. You heard of the brand new ferry terminal that we got. Something that I advocated for and campaigned for. Thank you, Patches Liebert, for the assistance in providing that. Thank you, Patches Liebert, for the soon-to-be completed West Line bus terminal. Another promise that I made. Not elected, but have completed. And so I want to continue that development in Central Bastille with a boardwalk, because Irish Town is the front door to St. Kitts and Nevis when you come by sea. Whether you're coming on a boat from Nevis or you're coming on a cruise ship as a tourist, that is the first thing you see. And we need to uplift that area. And so when you want to go take a little stroll with the girlfriend or the boyfriend at night, you can feel safe and you can feel nice when you're walking up your nice little boardwalk. I can ensure that there's some bars and little commercial things for persons to use and make money and build more entrepreneurship in Central Bastille. I go on to talk about in that same area, we must develop our Bastille public market. We have to develop it in such a way that the vendors who are on the streets now have somewhere to go, somewhere to feel comfortable, somewhere to feel proud to go and sell the produce. Somewhere where people feel safe and feel comfortable to go and buy food, to buy the vegetables, to buy the fish, to buy the whatever. I want to see what has been an idea given to me by the people, not mine. This ain't my idea. The boardwalk is my idea. But the public market is as a result of ideas coming from the people of that area. To put a second level in there full of shops so that more people in Central Bastille have opportunities to own businesses, whether it's a barber shop, a bar shop, a hairdresser, whatever you want to do. That is more commercial opportunity for you, the people of Central Bastille, to make money and put food on your table. In the same area of Irish Town, I want to turn your attention to what must be a part of and the pilot project for the redevelopment of Bastille downtown. It is not just about Irish Town, it is about redeveloping the entire Bastille and St. Kitts on a whole. The redevelopment of Bastille and Central Bastille, the Prime Minister has promised me, will be the pilot for a project which will extend to East Bastille, West Bastille, and to the rural areas. I want to tell you that my main focus, once elected, must be to clean up all the old and abandoned properties, the overgrown bush, the derelict buildings. These are things that have to go. Along with the outgoing minister, all of them we're getting rid of. Sorry, the outgoing representative. These are perfect opportunities for housing for you, the people of Central Bastille, in a constituency which is limited in space, limited in land. And we will make every effort, me as your representative and us as your government, to turn these opportunities into realities for you, for housing and businesses.
Paul pointed to infrastructural development for Central Bastille that he had advocated for before the 2015 general elections that included a new ferry terminal and a West Line bus terminal as indicators of his influences, even though he was not elected to serve in Parliament. Glenn Batt, SKN Newsline.
Hey, scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are St. Kitts and Nevis Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing, a comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
The Clarence Fitzroy Brand College, CFBC, has engaged in a collaborative research work on air pollution with the prestigious Yale University in the U.S. Director of Employee and Program Development at the CFBC, Dr. Leighton Narain, in an interview with SKN Newsline, gave details about the genesis of this research and how CFBC became involved.
We have been working with Yale University for about maybe since 2015, collaborating on research, student-based research, but also with faculty involved, mainly through the department, or not necessarily department, but in subject area of environmental science. And we included there chemistry. So this one on air pollution had more to do with chemistry. As well as, and then, of course, implications for the environment. So with us from the side of CFBC, we had a couple of alumni from our college, and we also have Dr. Quincy Edwards, who has a PhD in chemistry. I mostly come from the background of environmental studies, geography, that sort of thing.
Dr. Narain spoke to the importance of such research to St. Kitts and Nevis, and by extension, the Caribbean.
There's the misconception that because we are a small island, or many of us in the Caribbean are small island developing states, and we have surrounded entirely, especially the island nations, by water and vast sea and ocean, that air pollution is not necessarily a problem. But that is a misconception. Not that we are ranking anywhere close to developed countries of the world, but we need to start mapping this data. We need to start measuring it and developing networks for monitoring that. Because in localities, based on land use, in localities, people can be affected by air pollution. The use of this research will give us indications of how it may be related to some things like asthma, bronchitis, lung cancer, and that sort of thing. So we have to be mindful of that.
The CFBC official expressed elation at CFBC being afforded the opportunity to conduct such research and the boost it will have for the college's reputation.
And it shows that St. Kitts and Nevis wins significant projects that have implications for all of the Caribbean. So we can be leading in this, again, from St. Kitts and Nevis, and of course through the Clarence Fitzroy Brand College, where I'm a very proud employee.
The Yale University CFBC peer-reviewed international publication on air pollution in St. Kitts and Nevis was completed in partnership with the CFBC alumnus Dr. Steve Whitaker and his Yale University team. The CFBC research team included Dr. Quincy Edwards, Dr. Leighton Narain, Ms. Janelle Scarborough, a CFB alumna, and Mr. Darnell Allen, with contributions from CFBC chemistry and environmental science students. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. Private medical institutions and households are being encouraged by the St. Kitts Solid Waste Management Corporation, the SWMC, to properly dispose of medical waste. Speaking on the corporation's weekly radio show, Talking Trash Tuesday, Jamela Christopher, Senior Manager in charge of Human Resources and Communications, disclosed that some households are disposing medical waste improperly, posing a hazard to garbage collectors.
If persons are not packaging this waste in a proper manner, of course, it's going to leave our staff open, and we want to prevent this as much as possible. What persons can do, and what we are saying is that, one, you have to stop. You can no longer, and if you haven't started, don't start. Do not place your medical waste, especially your insulin needles that can cut our staff, dig our staff, among your municipal waste.
Ms. Christopher is appealing to private medical institutions to advise their haulers on how to dispose of medical waste.
When it comes to the persons them with medical offices, please have a conversation with the person that is collecting your waste. I can only, because I've been in the medical field, I've seen very good practices when handling medical waste, so I don't really want to place any of the blame there, because I can confirm that good practices are healthier. However, I can only assume that the persons who are collecting your waste are commingling. They might have 2 or 3 areas that they are collecting from. We want those persons to, when they come to the landfill, to identify that they have that type of waste, and so we can separate it. We dispose of that waste differently than the municipal waste. So if you're commingling supermarket waste, household waste, and medical waste, it's going to cause a problem. We have to safeguard our men who is going to be walking among this waste and might get a puncture wound from a sharp or be exposed to body fluid. Of course, we don't worry only about the COVID-19. However, we have other communicable diseases that can be transferred from sharps and from used medical waste. So again, help us to help you when it comes to our job.
Meanwhile, as a solution to the problem, Ms. Christopher disclosed that the SWMC will assist with the disposal of medical waste from households and suggested how these items can be packaged.
When it comes to medical waste such as sharps and anything that can transfer body fluid, such as persons having to do their dressings, please, we're asking you to package that properly. In regards to the sharps, the contact number is 662-8572. Once that is packaged properly and you call us, we are going to come and collect it. Again, there are specific containers that are sold for sharps. Unfortunately, if you're not in the position to buy such a container, you can use a large Clorox bottle, anything that is hard plastic with a small mouth and a small cover. This will help you to secure it, and not only secure it from your family, but also for our men.
Talking Trash airs every Tuesday on Win FM 98.9 at 8:30 a.m.
You care about what goes on your skin. You care about the ingredients, organic and natural products. We have Rituals brand, Victoria's Secret, and much more. Discover the collection of prestige natural beauty. There are too many chemicals. Time to change. Go to Lucky's Duty Free at King's Pavilion Hotel on Bay Road, Bastille. Treat yourself as a princess. Also, Bath and Body Works coming soon. Check us out on Facebook. Open hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 466-7059. Lucky's Duty Free. Banners, commercials, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.